Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Let's Max Warframe, where today we're going to be shouting on guard and practicing our riposte by checking out the newest rapier on the block, the Endura. Now you can pick this up from the Tanno lab in the dojo. Research costs are not too difficult. In fact, a single guy from my clan funded it on his own, so it shouldn't really be that much of a problem. Once you've done the research and built the weapon, what do you get for it? Well, you get a rapier with 95 damage, most of that's in puncture, a little bit of slash and almost no impact at all. From there though, the supplemental stats show pretty much where it's going to shine. 5% critical chance really shows it's not going to be much of a crit weapon, despite the 200% critical damage multiplier. But you can see it's also got a 25% status chance, which shows you're really going to get the best out of it really with a status build. The attack speed of 0.917 is, it's reasonably slow. However, stick a speed mod on there like Primed Fury, and the fact the stance that Vulpine Mask is reasonably fast. So while it sounds slow, it actually works out okay. The stance, as I said, Vulpine Mask, and actually is one that I like a lot. It's pretty quick, it's thrusty, it's good looking, and it's effective as well. Every single combo on this stance starts off with guaranteed slash procs. Every single one of them has combo multipliers all over the place, plus a whole bunch of guaranteed slash procs in there, meaning you are going to cause the enemy to bleed. And I mean a lot, a huge amount of bleeding. Personally, I like the dual secrets combo. It's very easy to pull off. A lot of slash procs in there, some nice combo multipliers. If you are good at melee, however, and can pull off the hold combos, then Hidden Flourish has some insane combo multipliers in there, plus all the slash procs, and puts out some serious damage. All in all, even though it's the only stance for the weapon, it's at least a really damn good one. Now the build I actually eventually settled on was a solid status build. Prime Pressure Point, Prime Fury, Primed Reach to help land the hits, and then I went with the 90% Elemental, 2 dual stats and Drifting Contact to bring up the status chance to 65%, plus it's going to increase our melee combo timer, and then Condition Overload to increase our damage every time we proc something. It's a 2-former build for this one since it comes with a V polarity already. I've got 2 Vs on there to fit the Prime mods. You could always change out the 90% for another dual stat, and that's going to bring the status chance up to 80% at the loss of a little bit of damage. Or you could put Life Strike in there to regain some health on the channel, especially since Healing Return is such a huge drain on the weapon, but it was also just way less efficient than channeling once and regaining all your health. Primed Reach is something that you could also change out. I found it way easier to land hits, but it's also really not that necessary. So you could switch it out for something else if you wanted to as well. There's a bit of room for personalising this build, but this is the one that I ended up settling on, and the one I actually found to be very, very effective. So what do I think of the Endura? Well, I'll be honest, at first I wasn't that impressed with it. I was pretty uncaring. However, I spent the evening streaming, levelling it, and as time went further and further on, I realised that actually I really liked it. In the footage in the background, you can see it being put through its paces. This might be a long way into a survival, but that is a top-end salty level enemy, and it's dealing with them just fine, and honestly, it's not even really the optimal setup. I like the rapiers in Warframe. It's possibly one of my favourite stances out of all of the weapons. The movement set combined with the multipliers and the guaranteed slash procs is crazy good, and it really plays into the Condition Overload mod. It makes them super powerful and allows weapons like the Endura to compete with some of the really big crit weapons that everybody loves. Let's put it this way, I like it a lot. I don't really want to compare it directly to the Destreza because they're very different. It's crit versus status, but having multiple viable options for rapiers is a fantastic thing. Plus the design for this would go really nicely with the upcoming Oberon Prime, or even the Orchid Saren skin. It's a very solid weapon that you're going to be able to take into any of the content we have so far in the game, and be able to deal with it pretty effectively. So give it a go. I think if you like the Destreza and if you like status weapons, you are really going to get on well with the Endura. So I hope you enjoyed my first look at the Endura Rapier. I'll have a new game playthrough coming next week since I haven't replaced my Titanfall playthrough yet. Plus the rest of the Ambulis event mods will be coming shortly. But for now, many thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.